How's it going, guys? In today's video I'll be covering day 2, and this is my first upper body session. So we kick things off with the SSB pull squat, and today was a really good day. I had a really busy Monday, so I went into this session kind of wondering if I was still capable of, of a good session, of good performance, and thankfully came out not only just unscathed, but ironically I say that at the same time. My guy behind me fails his lift, but I came out unscathed, but also felt really strong going into the session. So this was my second heaviest set of 162 kilos, beltless. And as I've been training beltless for the last almost 20 weeks now, I've been finding that I've become so much more confident in my lifts because training with a belt obviously gives you that assurance of staying tighter, being able to brace a lot harder, therefore be a lot stronger during your lifts. And that can sometimes become a bit of a crutch once you then train without a belt and you're still trying to lift heavy. But I've been really encouraged by my performances. I'm still been able to shift a decent amount of weight without feeling much discomfort. Yes, I've been a lot stiffer outside of my sessions, hence why I've been working on the program that has been provided by my physio. But at the same time, um, I still feel good. I'm still moving well, and yeah, that's just definitely done wonders for my confidence during these last 2 blocks. So that was my second heaviest set there, 200 kilos for 8 reps. And now you're about to see me do my accessories that I couldn't finish on the day because, as I said before, I had a really busy Monday. So I only had time to do my compounds, and then the next day was cracking on with my accessories. So I wanted to still make sure that I got all my movements in to still cap off an overall good session. And you see here now, I've gone back to my original stance on my Bulgarian split squats. So now I have the weight loaded opposite my working leg, because I just found that was so much more comfortable. I felt like the heavier that I went, even though I was still capable of having the weight on the same side as my working leg, um, the heavier it became, it was just more unstable and more awkward. So now I'm going to start going back to this position here where I just feel, yeah, a lot more stable. The movement didn't feel as bad despite it being a 40 kilo dumbbell. I was still able to maintain my form all the way through. And at the end of the day, that should always be prioritized. Sometimes making an exercise harder doesn't necessarily mean that the muscle itself works harder. So you still want to make sure that you're able to isolate the muscle as best as you can while still progressing in that motion moving forward. Then we have the dreaded hack squat, another movement that I'm slowly starting to see improvements on. This was 25 kilos per side. Once upon a time, I didn't think this was ever possible, though I might be exaggerating slightly with that. But honestly, it's one of those exercises for me. I just hate it. And the fact that I've got two exercises that I do not like back to back, I think more mentally than physically, I've kind of made leaps and bounds in my progression to keeping it consistent in my program. But I'm happy to now slowly be able to do more reps with a weight that once upon a time I never thought I can do. Then we have the Copenhagen side planks. Again, another movement I'm trying to progress in. I decided to do it in this setup because I felt like, or I've noticed rather, over time, whenever I've done this in the past, I've actually felt some discomfort later on in my ankles. So I just wanted to make sure that I can find a much more stable surface so then I don't feel um, as bad afterwards. So there you have it. Day 2, lower body session 1. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.